One of the final things, I know we're getting a little tight on time, but I was listening to you on a bunch of other podcasts, and I was actually very disappointed with the host because he went out of his way to say, I know you come from a martial arts background, but obviously there's no congruencies or similarities between real estate and martial arts. And I was like, dude, that's my whole podcast. It's like bringing on like people. So for your, I mean, there's a million different things that I can say help me in business and
Mm,
in real estate that I took from having a background in jiu-jitsu, boxing, and MMA.
mm.
But what kind of stuff for you carried over from maybe principles, disciplines? Like what types of lessons or habits did you develop from martial arts that are now helping you in business or real estate?
Yeah, and I'd be curious your answer to that same question too, but I could probably give you three or four right off the top of my head, man. And like you said, like that's not a hard question. That's an
Yeah.
easy question because it's like, oh my God, like martial arts made me who I was. Like you, Nick, I was shy growing up. I was homeschooled. I didn't get a lot of social interaction. I'm just more introverted by nature. I love to build things, love to design things. And so martial arts gave me this ability to just come out of that shell. It gave me like something that I could be really good at. And it wasn't a team sport, which I get the value of team sports. I think they're valuable too. It was a little bit more individual in martial arts. So I got to build that confidence in myself. Martial arts just infused a tremendous amount of confidence in me at a young age, giving me something to excel at. So I would say I've definitely used that confidence. Now, my martial arts instructors also gave me the ability to and I think this is common in martial arts is once you learn it and you're very good, you lead an exercise. Maybe you lead the workout in the class and maybe you teach a class. Maybe you help back. That's how martial arts has been passed down for thousands and thousands of years is like you learn it and then you teach it, right? And we would always say learn to teach and then teach to learn, right? Because it's
Yeah.
you learning too. Those were like some of my first quote unquote public speaking things, like getting up in front of people. And I use those skills every day because my instructors kind of pushed me to be up in front of the group and share and connect. And even if it was one-on-one teaching another student to get better at something, it's like that pushed me out of my comfort zone. So a lot of those things that push me out of my comfort zone, I use every single day, either talking to you, Nick, or being on a podcast or speaking in front of this group on this cruise that we just took people on. Like all of that is just so valuable. And then I'd say the last thing that I would say is just the discipline. To be good at anything, you have to be able to consistently follow through on those on those actions. And martial arts is no different, right? It's like the difference between this and this is a big difference with how you're, throwing a chop or something. And so details and what makes that difference and the discipline to focus and I use that every day in just building my business right now and just staying on the path. I mean, earning a black belt is hard. It's not easy and it should be hard and it is hard for a reason. And so I do. I mean, we started off this call by saying I'm helping my students become a black belt in real estate. It's true, literally what I launched to them. I was like, guys, you're all going to become black belts. It's going to be awesome. I feel like that's what I'm getting. I'm getting a black belt in real estate myself, as I do this journey along with my students. So yeah, man, I think those are a few lessons. I'm curious your answer to that though. How is like martial arts tied into real estate for you?
There are a couple of things. I think one of the biggest things that I've taken away from is learning how to stay calm in chaos and finding a way out when you feel like you would normally want to just tap out and give up and just holding out another second. And, I think about there's times where a guy's on top of you and you're tired and he's hitting you. And every time you try and escape, he
Mm,
just hits you harder and he gets you in a worse position. And all you want to do is
mm,
say, I just want to tap out and make this be done. But you look at the clock and you're like, man, I got another minute and a half. And if I tap out here, I'll feel better. But then in a minute when that bell rings, it's going to eat me for the rest of my life that I quit and I gave up. And
wow.
so I think having that tenacity to be in a bad situation, feel like you're trapped, feel like there's no way out, feel like you want to quit, and then say, no, that's just an emotional response. There is a way out. And I'm going to feel way better, even if I lose. The fact that I went down swinging versus quit is something that you can like. I always told people, I don't care if I got like, thankfully, let me knock on some wood. I never got like knocked out in front of like a bunch of people. But even if I did, as long as I went in and I did everything I was supposed to do leading into that fight, I was okay with the result. And I feel like it's the same thing with business. It's part of that of when days are hard, when deals are falling apart, when tenants are complaining about each other. And the last
Yeah.
thing you just go, you know what? Why did I even do this? You
Right.
remember like it's going to feel good finding this and this is another lesson that I can carry out. Like it's building that character of that tenacity. And I also think the sense of community that you get there where I used to like to go out and drink and party and then I would get invited to go train with like Ally Quinter or some of these guys.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'd be like, they're better than me. They're bigger than me. Like, I bring nothing to the table. At the very least, I can be in good shape and try and be the best training partner I could be. And it makes
Mm,
you eat better and it makes you train harder and it makes you not drink because you now don't only have a responsibility to yourself. People help you get ready for a fight. And now you have to help them do the same thing.
so
So
good.
the accountability for the people around you, I think, are another thing because now you have teams, you got realtors, contractors,
Yeah.
students, and stuff like that. So I think it's another just great role for leadership. And sometimes you're a good leader, but you're not a good team player. Sometimes you're a good team player, but you're not a leader. And I feel like martial arts has taught me to do both.
Dude, that's sick. That's a great answer. That's a
Yours
great
as well,
answer.
sir.